Good evening. Good evening, everyone. This is your Dr. Corrielus coming to you live here from Philadelphia. It's a beautiful day here in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. It's a bit hot and humid, but bearable. It's bearable from a warm climate. So this is my kind of weather. I'm feeling in my zone right now. I know a lot of you are getting ready for the weekend, heading to the beach or some cooler destinations for the weekend. So I wanted to get on and catch you as you are packing, as you're getting ready to wrap up at the office, getting ready to head out. I wanted to catch up with you on another edition of Meducation. Meducation with Dr. Corrielus. As we getting ready to get started, waiting for some folks to join us. We do have some folks actually joining us. Leonard Sincere, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Charlotte Aker, thank you for joining us. Certainly it's a pleasure to have you with us this evening on this edition of Meducation. So please, as you are joining us and find this information beneficial to you, do seek the opportunity to share this information with your friends, your circle. Like they say, sharing is caring. You do need to care for your loved ones. You need to care for your friends and family. So that's one way of doing that. So you can check that box off. Kevin Valentine, thank you, sir. Thank you for watching. It's a pleasure to have you join us this evening. Thank you, sir. So I really wanted to take again this opportunity to really connect with you as you're heading into the weekend, as you're moving to the weekend plan. So it is customary for us to come right between that time, because we do believe that's a critical time, because a lot of times during the weekend is when we tend to be a little bit laissez-faire, where we tend to really try to unwind from a long week of hard work. But we do want to come into that time because we want to remind you that we do not want to work 5 days and live 2 days. We want it reverse. We want you to be conscious about active, healthy practice on a daily basis. Dr. Dietrich Gorman, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. It's truly an honor to have you all joining us. So we're just saying, please do share this video with your friends or your circles, so that they can really know of what we are doing, what we are sharing here on this platform. So I will go ahead and get started. And just for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I'm your Dr. Corrielus, board certified cardiologist, CEO of Corrielus Cardiology, national wellness speaker. I help men at the prime of their lives to live the best time of their lives while protecting them from dying of heart disease. We are here for another edition of Meducation. Why is medication important? I'm going to give you a little bit of a background for those of you who are just joining us. Medication is really about educating and empowering the community about heart health, about taking care of their health, because we do believe that in healthcare, self-care is the best healthcare. In order to be able to take the best care of yourself, you need we went over three basic elements. We went over the need to be knowledgeable, to know about the condition that's really devastating our community. And when we talk about those conditions, it really comes down to heart disease. Heart disease is the #1 killer in our community. I'm sure every single one of you know of a friend, a neighbor, a family member who died suddenly of heart disease. A lot of times we think, oh, so and so was well up until he died. Well, he was well until heart disease took him away. He had a massive heart attack, or he or she. So we do want you to be knowledgeable. We want you to know how disease, who the threats are, who the killer is, so that you can protect yourself. When you know better, you do better. So that's why in Meducation, we really stress the power of knowledge. We will bring you that knowledge in a way that you can understand, in a way that makes sense to you, so that you can continue to do those things that you need to do. Because when you actually go to a doctor, the doctor tells you the information, it may not resonate. But when we break it down to you, then it will make sense why you need to do certain things, why you're doing certain things, because you want to protect your heart. You want to be there for your loved ones. You want to continue to thrive. So that is the essence of what Meducation is about, is why we are here with you this evening. And the other elements that we talked about in Meducation that is important is really the power of being aware. Awareness, being aware of your symptoms, being aware of your history, being aware of what it is that you are experiencing. Because when you are aware, that you're more likely to seek the help that you need. But if you're not aware of those things, then it's so easy to kind of put it on the back seat. And when you do put it in the back seat, unfortunately, it does not go away. It just comes back at the wrong place at the wrong time. So certainly, I think we in Meducation will be stressing the power of being aware. And we talked about some of the ways of raising your awareness, some of the practices that you can get started with that will help to raise your awareness about heart disease. You know, the practice of mindfulness is very important. And finally, we talk about embracing your nature. A lot of times, part of the denial, part of the putting things in the back seat is out of fear of confronting what is at hand. So to embrace our nature is really to be able to really put our arms around the situation that we're dealing with in order to really find ways through it. Then we're able to zoom out and be able to see the rainbow, be able to see the end result of that. So today, as part of our episode, we want to touch on really some knowledge, some information that you can take with you as you're heading into your weekend. One of the things that I know that we all love and consume a lot is caffeine. But do you know that caffeine can have deleterious effect on your heart? That's what we're going to touch on. Okay. While we're doing that, let me give you an opportunity to ask any questions. Please feel free. We want this to be interactive. We want you to really ask us questions. We want you to really tell us what's on your mind. What do you want us to touch on? And I want to thank Dr. Hardon Mohammed for joining us. Dr. Colleen Tweet, thank you for watching. And yes, certainly we want this to be interactive. Please feel free to share with us any questions, any thoughts, any words of wisdom. We do know that we all have our own perspectives, which are just as important in helping the community at large to elevate to the next level of health. So please feel free to share. So today, like I said, we want to touch on five ways that caffeine can affect your heart in a bad way. So we want to touch on that because we want you to be aware. We don't want you to just consume caffeine because of the wanted effect, but you want to know what are some of those side effects as well. Only then can you make a balanced, informed decision. Because a lot of times we tend to make the decision single-handedly, and when we do that, we end up in the wrong side of history because we have not done our due diligence. So I want to enlighten you today, talking about what are some of those effects, what are some of those side effects of caffeine especially the long-term sequelae, the long-term effect of caffeine. Number one, we need to understand that caffeine is a stimulant. As a stimulant, just like in a fight or flight situation, a stimulant, what it does is it drives the heart. It drives the heart to beat faster and going and really put out and increase the output, increase the throughput, as if you're getting ready for war, as if you're getting ready for a fight. Okay, so that's why caffeine is people get that rush, that energy, that rush of energy from caffeine, because it is a stimulant. So it drives the heart to go harder and faster, to pump harder. Remember, like we talked about before, the heart is a pump. It pumps the blood from the lungs into the different organs of the body to help bring energy. So that's how we get our energy from the heart being able to do all its strong squeeze. So when the heart is not squeezing well, we feel it. We feel less energy. We feel tired because the heart is not able to push the blood, the oxygenated blood, the healthy blood to those parts of the body that needs it. So caffeine drives that. Caffeine takes that to the next level. And so when you have a cup of coffee in the morning, that energy you feel, that drive you feel, is from that really squeeze from the heart. And some people can see it as a really a positive effect, but yet again, if you keep squeezing the heart, pushing the heart to its limit every time when you have a cup of coffee, you can imagine eventually it may tire out. So that's why it's important to control the amount. Okay, maybe a cup a day as opposed to 2 or 3 cups a day. Okay, so in that sense, then you're still able to get that energy boost that you're looking for, and yet not tire out the heart. As a stimulant, you're pushing the heart. So definitely it is wise to think about that, to think about maybe controlling the amount, controlling how much you take in, how much you put in into your body as you're driving the energy from the heart into the muscles, into the gut, into the brain, to give you that really level of clarity and energy to go on about your work and what you do. Okay. Number 2, allergic reaction. Caffeine is a substance. It's a substance just like any other substance. The body can react to that substance in an adverse ways. There's no rhyme and reason why do we react? Why does our body react to certain substances? But it does. So that's why there's some people who are allergic to aspirin. Some people who are allergic to all different forms of medications, antibiotics and whatnot, such as caffeine. So caffeine can be one of those substances that your body can decide to react to. So you have to understand that. So a lot of times folks don't think about that, and they drinking the coffee and they're feeling sick every time, and they're not making the connection. They're not making the link that perhaps their body may be not in agreement to having the caffeine on board, and what they need to do is to cut back. So cutting back when you're feeling adverse reaction, when you're feeling lightheaded, you're feeling dizzy, you feel nauseous with drinking coffee, is the wise thing to do. That is, you are listening to your body. You're not pushing forward with putting in that substance in your body when your body tells you no. So we have to, and that's one of the reasons why we talked about being aware, awareness, being aware of those symptoms, being aware of that nuances in your body. Your body a lot of times will tell you, but you just have to listen.